Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Revenue Engine Show. Today, we need to talk about one of the most difficult and most important topics in B2B pricing. Think about the last time you were on a sales call. You have gone through your discovery questions, you shared your pitch, and the prospect is engaged. You can feel the moment coming, the moment they are going to ask, "So, what is the price?" And for a lot of founders, a feeling of anxiety sets in. Your heart beats a little faster. You get nervous. You might even stumble over your words. You are afraid that the number you are about to say is going to be the reason you lose the deal. So you play it safe. You lower the number just a little bit. You say, "We can be flexible," or "That's just a starting point." You don't realize you have already lost. You see, most founders treat pricing like a math problem. They look at the competition, they calculate their costs, and they add a little bit for profits. They set a number and hope it works. But here is the truth. Pricing isn't a math problem, it's a psychology problem. It is not about the market, it's about you. It's about your confidence in yourself, your product, and your ability to deliver results. The number on your proposal is a direct reflection of your own belief in your value. And if you don't have that confidence, you will be rejected, you will be underpaid, and you will not build a sustainable business. Today, we are going to get into the psychology of it all. We are going to break down the fear of rejection and show you how your price can become the most powerful filter in your entire sales process. So, where does this fear come from? It's simple. We are afraid of hearing the words, "Your price is too high." We believe that a high price will scare people away. So we set a lower number to avoid that painful conversation and land the deal. We get trapped in a race to the bottom, constantly lowering our value to fit someone else's budget. But this fear is a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you underprice yourself, you signal a lack of confidence. You signal that you don't believe your own offer is worth more. And your prospects, whether they realize it or not, pick up on this. They start to question your value too. This isn't just a financial issue, it's an emotional and professional one. When you are underpricing your work, you start to feel resentful. You feel taken advantage of. You find yourself overpromising just to justify the low price. You are constantly on the defensive, justifying every hour you spend and every result you produce. It's a vicious cycle that leads to burnout, not growth. And I know this from my personal experience. When I first started my company, I was just like most founders. I lacked confidence. I wasn't sure if my offer was good enough. So I priced it low. My mindset was, as long as I get a client, it's a win. I was charging four figures monthly retainers to my clients. And you know what? I got clients, but they were the wrong kind of clients. I got companies without product market fit who were looking for a quick fix for a product nobody wanted. We were always trying to sell an incomplete vision. I got cost-oriented founders who saw me as an expense to be minimized, not a strategic partner to be leveraged. Every conversation was about the invoice. And I got teams with low confidence who wanted me to do all the work and then complain about the cost. We were constantly having to hold their hands, explaining basic concepts over and over and over again. They were problematic clients, and frankly, they were a pain to work with. I was always justifying my price and constantly dealing with friction. I felt like I was constantly on defensive, chasing them for every single decision. It was exhausting. Then I had a realization. I had to change my price to change my life. I had to become confident in the value I provided. I decided to start charging five-figure month retainers plus revenue shares. It was a terrifying decision. I felt like I was putting my entire business on the line. But what happened was magic. The bad clients filtered themselves out. I started attracting clients with a real product market fit who had a solid foundation and wanted to scale. They were ready for growth. I started attracting founders that move fast, who were looking for a partner, not a freelancer. They understood that you get what you pay for. And also, I started attracting teams that are super smart and love action, who were excited to collaborate and grow. They were proactive, they had clear goals, and they saw our fee as an investment in a profitable future. I went from dealing with constant pushback to working with an incredible caliber of clients. The price became a filter that qualified prospects before I even got on a call with them. So, what is the psychology behind this? When a company is looking for a partner to solve a serious business problem, they want to work with a serious business. Think about it like this. If you are a CEO looking for a heart surgeon, you are not looking for the cheapest one. You are looking for someone who exudes confidence and charges accordingly because that price is a signal of expertise and value. In B2B, a high price backed by confidence signals that you are an expert. It tells the prospect that you have done this before, you have worked with real companies, and you believe in the value you provide. It separates you from the cheap, commoditized options in the market. It filters out the wrong clients, the ones who are purely focused on cost and will be difficult to work with. The moment you double your price, you are forced to have a different conversation. You have to sell your value, not your time. And you will immediately find out whether you have a good offer or a great one. This isn't just theory. I want you to take action. This is a challenge. For your next sales call, I want you to double your price. Don't think about it, just do it. Don't worry about whether you land the deal or not. The goal isn't to make the sale. The goal is to get information. The goal is to see what happens when you confidently present a higher number. After you do this, I want you to ask yourself a second, even more important question. What would the market want to make my price a no-brainer offer? This question will force you to stop thinking about your costs and start thinking about your value. It will force you to add more to your offer, more value, more services, more support, more guarantees, until your price becomes a reflection of the incredible no-brainer value you are providing. You have the power to choose who you work with, and the first step is to charge what you are truly worth. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Revenue Engine Show. I hope this helps you reframe the way you think about your price. I will see you next time.